Because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
You thought the game was over, but it's only just begun.
Welcome to Late Night Massacre, where no one is safe, and we have some things to talk about. Potentially, what can we have with a new Friday the 13th game? Okay, there's a lot to really go over here, and the potential that we could have. Now, I'm going to go over, obviously, there was a mod that was out for the past couple years, a huge mod for an unfinished product in Friday the 13th, the game that was only allowed for PC users for a short time. This mod is actually canceled, but potentially what we could have in the future is going to be really interesting. Now, there has been news. This was from June 7th. Okay, composer Harry Manfredini, that did all of the original music for Friday the 13th, okay, said that there is another Friday the 13th game coming. Okay, now I don't know when it's going to be. There's no other news but that. Okay, kind of spilled the beans on a new project of a brand new Friday the 13th game, which, you know what, I'm really happy that another company can now maybe take it over. We all know that the Friday the 13th game the servers are going to be completely shut down after December of 2024 of next year. Okay, if you don't purchase the game by December 31st or December 21st, I forgot what date it was, of this year, you will not be able to play it. They're taking it off the store after December of this year, and if you don't have it, unless you get a physical copy or something like that, you'll be fine. So just get a physical copy if you don't remember by that time. But potentially a new game could be coming out, and you know, the potential that this game has with what we've seen so far the last 2 years. Okay, now this game came out in 2017. It was halted because of obviously the the Sean Cunningham, Victor Miller, and this big court battle on rights to Friday the 13th really halted this project, and it really sucked, guys, because the amount of different things that could have came out for this game, between cosmetics for counselors, new weapons for counselors, new weapons for Jason, new Jasons, a weather system. I mean, so many different things. And, you know, they really started on a Grendel map and Uber Jason, and maybe getting Savini Jason that the pre-orders for Savini Jason were pretty bad at the time, but we'll get into all of that. But this was made by Bloody Pitchfork Games that made this mod for really 2 years. They wanted to, this is just a group of guys that, a small group of guys that they make horror games, games that you could download and stuff like that. Obviously, this was primarily for PC. They couldn't release this on console. But they did a fantastic job in what they've given us, and they were giving us updates every single month for 2 years, and we were able to play this beta as it was in motion, and the full game didn't come out yet. There was so much more that was supposed to come out. Wait till the end of this video, because what we could have had was gonna be more crazy. Okay, so this game was this mod, I should say, was called Friday the 13th Camp Blood. It was like I said, it was in motion for 2 years, couldn't get it done, and just what we've seen so far, and I was just, just playing this month by month and just seeing what we were getting was just absolutely insane. I mean, even when you finally downloaded it and it was great, you got to the main menu and you knew that good things were going to happen, that they were making a huge change with this game. New Jasons, you had Reboot Jason from 2009, you had Savini Jason, which was a pre-order, which, sorry, but the marketing was so bad for this game, I didn't know that there was a Savini Jason at all until I found out by the time I played this game and bought the regular version of it. They had a Dream Jason in the game, which was from one of the movies as well. So they made some new Jasons going forward, which I absolutely loved. Uber Jason was supposed to be really the next project for the original Friday the 13th game. The original people from Ilphonic were supposed to make Uber Jason and really make a new map. And then you had Freddy versus Jason, you know, so these guys really pushed their marker. And then when we finally played this Grendel map that they released, my God, it looked great. I mean, just, you know, even the liquid nitrogen kill at like this intro, then Jason's like rolling down the hallway, everyone's scared. He takes the guy's head and puts it in the liquid nitrogen. I mean, then he smashes his head against it. I mean, it's crazy. It's just nuts, dude. And just playing this, it was great. The only issue with this game so far, or this mod, was that there wasn't a lot of people on it, to be honest. I couldn't really find that many players, but I gotta say, the kills, they gave new weapons to Jason, they gave new kills. Some of these kills were so great, so gory. I absolutely loved it. And these are just a couple of examples of kills I actually really enjoyed, like taking, you know, knocking one guy's leg off with a machete, you know, headbutting him, throwing him to the ground. I mean, it was just, I just love the creativity of just what we could have got with this game. Okay, and then the weather system. We were supposed to get a Winter Lake map, literally a map with snow. Like, we were supposed to have different weather systems for the game. We had nighttime, we had rain, obviously in the regular game by Ilphonic, but we were supposed to have snow, these heavy snow maps with these icicles coming down from the cabins, different weapons. There were shovels, there was different things you could use. They were supposed to balance out the maps and move some you know, move some cars, move some certain things around, like the cars and some of the main attributes to the game to kind of balance it out. They were supposed to do a lot of balancing with this game as well, but a snow map, like, I wouldn't have even thought of that at all. And it made perfect sense because the game, I mean, the level looks entirely different with snow. I mean, you could definitely tell here, and this was just another thing that was so different about it. I mean, adding another weather system, and look, they added a snowman next to the Camp Crystal Lake sign. They put so much effort into this, and on top of everything else, we were supposed to get another Jason, a part 8 Jason, but he was a frozen Jason, which was just absolutely insane. And I was just so happy to see that there was just some creativity to this, and these guys from Bloody Pitchfork Games really wanted to make something different and at least finish what was unfinished. But unfortunately in 2022 it was too late, and we got the bad news from Bloody Pitchfork Games. So he says, we have very unfortunate news to share today, a news that we didn't think that we'd ever have to share. Hear this. Okay, he said, unfortunately, Camp Blood is getting canceled. We are also in shock as much as you are. Recently, Horror Inc. Now, Horror Inc. is one of the companies that really looks over what's going on with some of the horror franchises, and they actually butted in and made them cancel this mod. Made them, I mean, this is a mod getting canceled. Mods don't get canceled often, just a mod. It's not even like they made a brand new game and tried to sell it to everybody. These guys didn't make money from this. They did this out of the goodness of their hearts and to all of the fans of what they really wanted in a Friday the 13th game that wasn't finished by Ilphonic. Okay. Now it says, recently Horror Inc. sent us a copyright notice to take this mod down. The notice came around a week ago. While we still had hope we would be able to continue working on our project, we got a final answer today, and we are forced to stop working on the project. Otherwise, we would get sued, which is kind of crazy. We know it's a rare for video games and mods to get taken down, but sometimes it happens. It's been over a year since we started working on this mod, and we did have more plans and surprises, including upgrading the game's graphics noticeably. They were going to put money into this and upgrade the graphics even more, which is just absolutely insane. They were supposed to have a New York City map from Friday the 13th Part 8, which, man, having a New York City map would have been so cool. Hiding in buildings, hiding in sewers, like stuff like that would have been so cool to see. But they said it's over now. We worked on this mod in our hearts, but sadly we can't show you the fruit of it. While this is the end of Camp Blood, this is not the end of Bloody Pitchfork Games. And guys, definitely support these guys. They make a lot of different horror games, and definitely download some of their games because they have some really good stuff. Okay, so they had a big Discord for Friday the 13th, when this came out for Camp Blood, the unfinished product of Friday the 13th, and there were so many guys, there were so many players on Discord literally talking about this and so excited about this. Even when you go on the game now, just the regular base game, okay, there is so many people playing this game. Now on PC, I know it's a problem right now because of the modded lobbies, and there's over like 100 Jasons and over 130 counselors on one map, and kind of ruins everything. I mean, you just jump into it doesn't even load into a game. You just jump into a map and there's a bunch of people running around. I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it. So playing on console is probably your best bet right now, because unless the modded messed up servers are still messed up. But it's just yeah, it's a real shame that this game couldn't get more love. It's not Ilphonic's fault. I mean, going into this thing, they should have done their homework a little bit more on what was going on between Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham on this big court battle. Really, like I said, halted this project, and we deserve so much more and so much better. These guys should put their differences aside. Now, I mean, right now, everything's good now. So if they wanted to work on another game, if Ilphonic wanted to work on another game, they could have. If Gun Media wanted to work on another game, they could have. But the problem is now is, they have to lose the license for it because they're working on other things. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming out. We have some other horror IPs in the community coming out, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, another PvP game coming out. So there are some other games, but there's nothing like a camp slasher like Friday the 13th. And it's people say that it's not popular anymore, and I said to myself, no, of course it is. There's no games like this. That's why this is one of the best franchises in horror history. It's put other horror industries on the map because of the successful just how successful this franchise was, and turning it into a video game just made it even better. Okay, so that's really all I have to say about it. I had so much fun playing this mod the past 2 years. I just want to talk about the potential. A weather system, new cosmetics for counselors, new cosmetics for Jason, different Jasons from different movies, different maps from different movies, so many different things that Bloody Pitchfork Games of this new Camp Blood mod they were going to have in there, and they probably, as of right now, they probably would have still been working on it. Like I said earlier, the only problem with this mod was that you have to extract a lot of files, you had to move stuff. It wasn't just a game you could just download one file and it's done and you could play it. You had to do a lot of maneuvering with files, and I had to learn how to download this game myself because I'd never downloaded a game like this before. You know what I mean? As long as you had the original game downloaded, you could use these mods and, play a different type of this game. And there wasn't many people playing it. I ran to maybe 2-3 people in the lobby once. Like, there really wasn't many people playing, and a lot of people play on console, unfortunately, but a lot of people play on PC as well. And some people don't want to go through just moving these files, extracting these files, and downloading all this stuff for this game. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. It was kind of a pain for me because I'd never done it before and I had to watch videos on it, but this mod is canceled. All we could say is, man, so much more to come for Friday the 13th. We're obviously getting this Crystal Lake series next year, and hopefully another video game. They're gonna make money from it. They shouldn't worry that they're not gonna make money. Whoever has the rights, obviously Victor Miller, I think won the battle for name and other things. Victor Miller is obviously working on the show next year and a lot of other things, but this game could have had so much more potential. And really, the next DLC they were coming out with, Ilphonic was coming out with, was Uber Jason and a Grendel map. And I thought these guys at Bloody Pitchfork Games did a fantastic job. They did whatever they possibly could. They thought they can get away with it, and they couldn't get away with it. So this is the final product that we got. So now we're down to the original game, and it's ending of December 2024, and that's going to be it. No PvP. It's shutting down. I don't know about the offline mode, if it's still going to be available, or you probably won't even be able to log in, or at least when you press the start button at the main menu, it won't even log you into like the actual game main menu where you could pick what you want to do. So I just wanted to discuss this. Like, this was when this game came out, I was just I was wowed by it. I couldn't believe it. Back in 2017, it was a really good year. Had so much good memories on this game with my buddies and my friends, and oh my god, the laughs, the screams, it was just something you never. And look, you can still play it. It's not over yet. You have another year and a half to play this game. You know what I mean? Another year and a half to play this game. So definitely playing it as much as possible. But if Harry Manfredini is saying that there's going to be another Friday the 13th game coming soon, and like I said, I don't think we're going to get anything like an announcement this year or something like that. Maybe end of next year, and maybe we'll get a better game at the end of the day. But looking at Camp Blood and what these guys at Bloody Pitchfork Games with these mods and what they were able to do, and these were just fans that made this. These were just fans that took their time with this. They didn't rush it. They took their time with it month by month by month for like almost 2 years. They really took their time with it, and unfortunately, they couldn't get away with it. They were forced to shut it down because they were going to get sued, and they got it. The problem with a mod like this, if they were going to get in trouble with it, the problem is if so many people know about it, the news is going to get out there if people start sharing it. Okay, and when you start sharing it, that's when they're going to get a lot of attention, and they got a little bit of attention from it, just a little bit. I don't think it was they didn't get millions and millions of views on these videos for Friday the 13th, this new mod for Friday the 13th, the game, or anything like that. I think there was just enough that did come out where they, Horror Inc. and some of these other companies found out about it, and they want to shut it down. And if it comes to getting sued, I don't blame them for shutting it down. All I can say is I respect them for giving it a shot for 2 years to finish an unfinished game, which was obviously out of Ilphonic's hands, and they couldn't do much else after that. So that's all I got to say. Let me know in the comment section, are you guys excited for another Friday the 13th game? Let me know. The potential here is just I mean, we could potentially get better graphics, just better looking everything, cosmetics and Jasons. And not saying these Jasons look fantastic, but they looked really good. But we could probably get something that's better. You know what I mean? So I have to give respect where respect's due. When they tried to give us a finished product, and we couldn't get it. Unfortunately, they were caught and had to shut it down. So let me know what you guys think. Another Friday the 13th game, the potential it has. Let me know what you guys think, what they should add in the next game. Do you think a new company taking over is going to help? And since this legal court battle within the United States between Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham is officially done, the fans deserve Jason Voorhees back, not only on the big screen, but in video games. So that's all I got to say, guys. Keep running. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.